Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Proverbs 31 Woman. I'm so excited to be here with you on today because we are going to talk about the echo of honor, and that is going to be coming from Proverbs chapter 31, verse 28. Can you believe that it's been 28 days already? The scripture says that her children arise up and call her blessed, and her husband also, and he praiseth her. Can I just say that that right there is legacy, right? It is speaking in how now I know some of us have to get up in the morning and we are encouraging ourselves to put one foot in front of the other, but then there's another level to this thing, right? This is where you put your mark on it. You've had the opportunity to show up. You've been serving everybody else. And can I just say that they come back and they say, thank you. They say, job well done. Keep up the good work. Keep pushing through, right? So this verse is a divine celebration. It's the moment when the work behind the scenes is recognized in public spaces. That's right, where your feet are called to the carpet and they celebrate you, right? When the quiet sacrifices of motherhood, mentorship, leadership, or legacy building are echoed back with honor. That is volume, right? That right there speaks from the mountaintop because others recognize your greatness. And so this verse is not so much about vanity or ego, but it's about harvest, the reward of being faithful, focused, and fruitful. Okay, that's another t-shirt, right? Being faithful, focused, and fruitful. But let's unpack this piece by piece. Now, the first part of the scripture says, her children arise up and call her blessed. Now, this is more than a Mother's Day moment because we have those every single day. But arise in Hebrew is gumam, and it means to stand, to take a position, to establish. Her children are not just complimenting her, they are rising up because of her, right? When you get to see your seed go forward and do some amazing things, right? That's got to land really well on your chest, right? That makes you feel really good. But she's not raising followers, she's raising testimonies, right? She's raising those who know that she has poured identity, character, and conviction into them. And she's shown them what faith looks like in the fire. She's taught them how to rise even when life tries to bury them. And I will say that that right there will allow you to be able to have your character to go forward because of them, right? They're taking that along with them. And now their lives testify of that goodness that she's put in them, right? Their honor of her is not just verbal, but it's visible. Can I just say, have you ever taken the time to sit back and watch how it is that your children now are going forward and how they may be doing some things that you have taught them from in the house, right? They're taking it forward with them and they're applying it into the workplace. It's showing up in their character and in their integrity as well. And they stand because you kneeled in prayer, right? You stayed up in the midnight hour, toiling and just really pouring into them and thinking about the affairs of the house and how you can help to just raise them better, right? Give them better opportunities. Whatever it was that you did, you made the sacrifices and now they succeed because you stayed consistent. So to be called blessed here in the scripture is to be spoken well of, revered, and respected. So this blessing is public fruit from your private faithfulness. Now, there's a second part to this scripture, right? It says, her husband also, and he praiseth her as well. So let's shift to the husband for just a moment. His praise isn't generic, it's intentional and it's edifying. And I know for some of you that could be listening to this and you're like, but wait a minute, hold it. I am single, right? can I just say that these praises also can come from the workplace, right? When your employer is now coming back and they're celebrating you for the great works that you're doing. I will say that that is enough to kind of keep going, right? To show up the next day with bells on, ready to go. Whatever or whomsoever is celebrating you, I want you to stand tall in that moment and really allow yourself to take that in, because some of us don't even know how to accept being celebrated because we're so used to, in some places, people putting you down or them overlooking you. Well, now this is the time for you to say, you know what? My work speaks volumes. And so, in a culture where criticism and comparison are rampant, a Proverbs 31 woman receives kingdom level affirmation. Why? Because she's not just doing tasks, she's transforming territory. She builds legacy, she handles seasons of lack without losing her joy, and she multiplies her favor. Now, she makes space for others to flourish. She doesn't compete with them, she completes the calling. Now, her husband's praise is both recognition and reinforcement to say, you know what, babe? I appreciate you. I see the work that you're doing. Like, I see how you're taking care of the household. Let's continue to go, right? So, this also amplifies or applies beyond marriage, right? So, every woman deserves a circle that honors her contribution, not just consumes it. And for that, I will say, this is where you need to be particular about who's in your circle, right? If they are not big enough to celebrate you, then they're definitely not going to help to push you forward and elevate you. So you need to be weary of who you're allowing in that space, because and you should see that space as being sacred and protected, right? Those that are speaking into your life, they speak life or death. They have the ability to even influence your mindset, your emotional state, and sometimes even your physical state and how you get up and how you feel the next day, especially when you're pushing through some things, right? You need some people that's going to help to come alongside you, that's going to lock arms with you, and that's going to help you through those seasons of good and bad, right? So whether it's a spouse, a mentor, a community, or your children, you are worthy of praise that doesn't require you to shrink, to beg, or to prove your worth. Now, of course, I'm going to give you a modern day revelation. And this is that we live in a generation where many women feel unseen, unappreciated, and undervalued. You may be doing everything right? Raising the children, running a business, serving at church, leading teams, but still wondering, does anybody see what I'm sacrificing? And does any of this matter? Have you ever been there where you've asked yourself those questions? But can I just say, I want you to answer it, right? Don't just wonder, answer it. This verse is your reminder and your reward that God sees it all. And when heaven sees, earth will echo, right? It's going to speak volumes for you. Sometimes your praise won't come in the form of words. It may be in the form of a child walking in their purpose. It could be a mentee who finally launches. It could be a marriage that grows stronger, or a vision that finally manifests. That honor is coming. And that should be reassurance that what you're doing is everything. So let's talk about this modern day Proverbs 31 woman. We're going to talk about Angela on today. She's a retired teacher. She spent 30 years investing in students from broken homes, and she never received any major awards, and it never went viral. But one day at a grocery store, a man stopped her with tears in his eyes, and he said, "You saved my life. You told me I was more than a statistic when I was just 14 years old. I just bought my first home because you, Miss Angela, believed in me." That moment meant more than any title to her, anything that she had ever received in her life. And that was honor arising and honor coming back to say thank you. So our daily takeaway is this: what you pour out in private will be honored in public. in God's timing. You've got to know that you're doing the right thing right now by pouring into others. And the second part to this is don't chase the applause, but build for the impact, right? Build for legacy. Number three is that raise people who can rise, right? Who can rise above their circumstances. It doesn't matter where they came from, how it started, what's happening now, but knowing that they can continue to get through this so that they can continue to go on to victory. And then number four is lead in a way that your name becomes a blessing in someone else's story. Because can I just say, when you live a life that says it's not about me, but it's about my legacy going forward, yeah, you're definitely going to impart into others what you would want for yourself. And so that will allow them to grow and go and do some amazing things also. So our activation part of this for our legacy is this. Number one is speak life over yourself. Don't wait for others to validate you. Speak the blessing now. It's coming now. I'm going to mentor someone. I'm going to impart or pour into my children. I'm going to rise up early and speak over my home. I'm going to lead by example. All of that validates you, because knowing that you're putting good out, it has to come back. The word tells us to give and it comes back to us. Shaking together, running over, shall men give into our bosom, right? The praises are coming. So continue to keep going. Number two is document the praise, right? Start a testimony folder or a journal of thank you notes, student messages, or moments of impact. Revisit them when you feel overlooked. When there are going to be some moments where you feel down, where you feel exhausted, where you feel like you've done all that you can do. That's going to be your reminder. Go ahead and document that. A lot of times I will ask people for their wins, and a lot of times they may even skim over some things. Oh, you know what? I forgot about one thing. Oh, you know what? Let me add something else, right? But write those things down so that way you can have a record of what you're doing, but also you can remind yourself in those low moments. And then number three, praise another woman today, right? Sow some honor. Celebrate a sister's grace, growth, or grit. What you honor, you attract, right? So we a lot of times for women, we look each other up and down from head to toe. And, we may, point out some things or however, but be intentional on today, right? Sow some honor to another sister and build her up on today, and be intentional about that. And once you do, go ahead and say done, or I'm in, or I did it, right? So that way we can celebrate with you as well. And here's our journal prompts. Our number one is, in what ways has my life been a blessing to others? You get to write down all of your goodness that you have been doing, and take some time there to really write this out. Don't just skim over it. Don't just do a quick little thing and keep going. And then number two is, where do I feel unseen? And how can I encourage myself on today? And this is where you get to make this personal to you for a moment and just really look at those areas. And then number three, who can I honor that has made a deposit in me? And I'm sure that there's a list of people, right? Because it takes a village these days to help some of us. So all of those people, pick one and go ahead and honor them, whether it's a text, a phone call, send some flowers, send them some DoorDash, or do something super special, but let them know how much it is that you care and what you've done for them. And of course, we have an affirmation of the day, and our affirmation is, I am a woman worthy of honor. My faithfulness is my fragrance, right? I'm wearing faithfulness on today. Somebody say, you smell good. What is that? Faithfulness. Okay. And then my legacy speaks louder than applause. I raise kings, queens, visions, and victories. And I do it all with grace, grit, and God. Can I just say that was really good on today? And I look forward to connecting with you again on tomorrow, where we're going to continue this out. We are almost at verse 31. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 31. We're almost there. It's been 28 days and we've been going strong. So I thank you so much for joining in every single day. I thank you for the texts, the DMs, the messages that you've been putting on the videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue to share this with somebody. Continue to like and follow as well. And we're going to continue to keep this thing going. We're going to do weekly lessons where you'll have the opportunity to really go deep with this thing. I know that some of us, we start the year off strong and then we fizzle off. Well, I want to hold you accountable. I want to continue to keep going with you. And so you'll hear more information about that on how you can join in on the community. We are going to take 100,000 women across the finish line with being a Proverbs 31 woman. And we're going to continue to do some amazing things in our communities, our churches. We're going to show up in the marketplace like never before and be the leaders that we're called to be to make a difference. So thank you so much for joining. You can follow me on all social media platforms at I am Dr. Tabitha or my website at drtabitharussell.com. And I look forward to connecting with you again on tomorrow. Take care and make today amazing. And don't forget, go ahead and honor somebody else. Have a good day. Take care.